Hello, and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk Radio. So, during today's episode, I wanted to discuss embodying the person that you want to become. So, I know you've probably all heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. I wanted to update that a little bit to act as if, and then you'll become it. So, listen, you're already the person that you want to be. You may not see that externally yet, but you are them. And when we're living as if, we're not pretending or putting on a show, we're simply embodying the qualities that are already within us, embodying the habits, the behaviors that align with who we truly want to be. So, for example, let's say you want to be more confident. Start speaking up more, start asserting yourself more. Let's say you want to be more disciplined, start setting goals and sticking to a daily routine. So you're probably asking now, how do I do that? So first, you want to identify what is it that you want to be, what is it that you want to become or embody. And I want you to picture them vividly. So what does that person look like? What qualities do they possess? How do they behave? And write down those attributes and allow that to be your blueprint. Writing it down is usually always the first step to any goal. And setting achievable goals to bring that person or that version of you into fruition. So another example, let's say you want to be more articulate. Maybe perhaps a goal that you set for yourself is to read more, because as you read more, your vocabulary improves. And it's also taking the time to understand why you want to be that person. What is motivating you to change and embody those characteristics? And again, it's also understanding that you already are that person. It's just simply learning to embody those characteristics. It's changing your mindset and your belief around the fact that you're not already that person. It's becoming the version of yourself becoming this new version of yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. We tend to believe that it's only going to happen if we make this huge shift. However, more than likely, it develops over time. Like I said, when using the confidence example, when you're speaking up more, you can also try doing mirror therapy, which is just simply looking in the mirror and pointing out all of the things that you love about yourself, because as humans, especially as women, we tend to look in the mirror and point out everything that we hate. So pointing out everything that you love anytime you step in front of the mirror. And over time, with these new practices, you will slowly start to see that new version of yourself emerge. And you're also learning to adapt to the behaviors and habits of the person you want to be. So you're going to start acting as if you already possess those qualities, because you do. Even if, let's say you want to be more of a go-getter, beginning to get up early or setting a morning routine for yourself. Another thing that we have to do is overcome obstacles and setbacks. So one obstacle that you might deal with when dealing with this, when trying to embody this new version of yourself, is negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Our mind can be our own worst enemy at times, telling us things like, you're not good enough to do that, I don't know who you think you are, things like that. We know that our minds are our biggest bully in our life, and once you start to realize that, and once you become awareness first, once you become aware that you're thinking those negative, problematic, or worrisome thoughts, you can begin to shift those thoughts to new and healthy thoughts. So what I do when I notice that I'm going down kind of a negative thought pattern, especially about myself, is I'll say something to interrupt that pattern. For example, I'll say stop to myself, or we're not going there, or you're not doing this. And then I'll rewire by using a different phrase, such as I am enough, using some sort of affirmation or mantra in replacement of whatever that negative thought was. I am enough, I am courageous, I am strong, I can do this, whatever affirmation I choose to use in that moment. It's also understanding that this change, any healing, any new embodiment It's not a linear straight line. Change, and I've said this before, change is not a light switch. It's more like a dance. There's going to be expansion and then contraction, and more expansion and more contraction. You're going to sink back into old patterns and then realize it and then start to embody those new patterns again. And it's going to keep flowing along like this. And another person one time described healing as a spiral, but like a spiral staircase. So you're still coming back to those old patterns, but then going to new ones. But you're still healing and getting better and better with each, movement of the spiral. But I thought that was a really lovely way to describe it as well. And using visualization and scripting and positive affirmations and mantras to stay motivated is also extremely helpful. Every morning, I know I talked to you guys about this, I write my gratitude journal, I script, which I'll speak more about in just a second, and then I meditate. So when I'm scripting, essentially what I'm doing is I'm writing out what my dream life would look like, or even just what my perfect day that morning would look like, right? And I'll sometimes also write affirmations after that align with those qualities or the day that I want. Also, it's helpful to surround yourself with people who align with the version of yourself that you're trying to become. So surrounding yourself with people who embody the qualities that you want to possess. The people that you associate with, your best friends, your family, the people that you're around the most, and this has been proven, have a huge impact on your mindset, on your habits, and on your behaviors. Seek out mentors, friends, and colleagues who inspire you to be your best self. And becoming the person that you want to be, it doesn't happen overnight. I wanted to be a meditation instructor, a coach, an author. I wanted to be more confident, more resilient. I wanted to stick to my goals. All of those things have happened to me, and I'm so grateful, but they didn't happen overnight. I put the work in, and every time I noticed limiting beliefs, I worked to shift those and bring them back to more positive and truthful thoughts. And when you first start this process, you're not going to be perfect. As we know, perfection doesn't exist anyways. However, one thing that I'm always telling myself is I'm okay with being seen trying. I'm never going to be perfect. I'm always going to be on this journey, and I'm okay with people seeing me trying. So it's possible to achieve any goal that you're wanting with effort and a positive attitude, and just take actionable steps towards becoming and embodying that person that you want to be. So I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. That's all I have for you today, but I do have a quick announcement. So I know I've talked about the fact that I have a book coming out. It's called The Shift, and I do have a date that it's going to be released. It's going to be released on July 7th, 2023. So it's surreal that it's finally, being published, and actually probably today and tomorrow I'm going to be working on recording the Audible version of the book, so I'll have that available as well. I'm hoping to have, a physical copy of the book, the Kindle version, and the Audible version all released on that same day. And I will also let you know when pre-orders are available if you're wanting to purchase a copy of that book. And thank you so much for joining me. As always, we've come to the end of today's episode. I know you guys know this, but I'll repeat it again. I'm also a meditation instructor on the Insight Timer app. I teach there every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to join us, it's free to join. And I'm also a mindfulness and anxiety coach. If you'd like more information on that, please visit my website at meganshirey.com. And if you enjoy these episodes, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and leave us a review. It helps us to reach more people and expand this podcast and this community that we're building. So may you be happy, may you be well, may you be joyous and at ease, sending you infinite love and light. And thank you so much. And until next time.